Welcome back to our 30-day challenge. Over the past few weeks, we have been gradually training our mind to slow down and sustain attention intentionally. We started with breathing, using physiology to stabilize the nervous system and reduce mental acceleration. Then we trained abstraction of the senses by learning to maintain attention on a single stimulus despite external distractions. And after that, we introduced concentration, using an active mental task to occupy your attention and reduce mental noise intentionally. And today we take the next step. Today we begin a meditation practice. One of the great differences of our methodology is that we understand meditation as something that can be trained, not as a passive state, not simply sitting quietly and hoping the mind to become calm, but as a gradual process of developing the ability to direct and sustain attention voluntarily. And that's why we've spent the last few weeks preparing the body, the emotions, and the mind for this moment. Today's practice is still a concentration exercise, but now with a more contemplative intention. You will first spend 2 minutes with a breathing exercise that you already know, helping stabilize physiology and mental rhythm. Then, you'll bring your attention to a simple mental image, a solid orange triangle on a white background. And your task is simple. Create that image in your mind, sustain it for as long as possible, and whenever your mind drifts, gently return to it. Of course, distractions will appear. Thoughts will come, the image may disappear, the mind may wander, and that's normal. Modern neuroscience increasingly supports this type of practice. Studies such as meditation experience is associated with differences in default mode network activity and connectivity from 2011 demonstrate that experienced meditators show reduced activity in brain networks associated with mind wandering, rumination, and spontaneous mental chatter. Research such as mindfulness practice leads to increase in regional brain gray matter density same year has also shown structural changes in brain regions associated with attention, emotional regulation, self-awareness, and learning. In other words, the ability to sustain attention changes the brain. And over time, many people begin to notice one of the first effects of meditation: less mental noise, fewer repetitive thought loops, more clarity, more presence, and a greater sense of internal space. So today, rather than trying to stop your thoughts, simply give your mind a place to rest. Allow yourself to slow down, allow yourself to focus on one thing. And let's begin. So for the next 2 minutes, we'll do box breathing. Remember, sit in a comfortable position, keep your back straight, breathe just through your nose, and using abdominal breathing or the complete breath, you will inhale in a count of 4, hold your breath in a count of 4, exhale in a count of 4, and stay on an empty breath for a count of 4. And let's stay in this exercise for the next 2 minutes. Complete the current breathing cycle of box breathing. Remain in that same position, keep your eyes closed, and now we're going to move to the meditation exercise. So build the following mental image: a solid orange triangle over a white background. And keep that image in your mind till the end of this exercise. Notice that the triangle should not move, change size, change the shape, or even change the color. It remains the same since the beginning of the exercise. And if you get distracted, if your mind wanders, just gently bring your attention back to the exercise, build the triangle again, a solid orange color, the white background, and return as many times as you need during the time of this exercise. Finalize now your meditation exercise. For that, just open your eyes, smile, and remember to repeat this exercise for the next 7 days. Have a mindful day.